a couple other things I wanted to mention since I've been here and done it. Just so you parents who I guess want to throw your children to the system, CYF mostly, just know you're putting your child in harm and danger by throwing them in that system because once they go in that system, you can't know shit about what's going on with them because you're legally not their guardian no more. So just so you know that. And anybody could take your child and adopt it and do anything to it, and you won't know shit. Just like I had this talk with my dad a long time ago, because he gonna try to tell me about CYF. He's like, oh man, I was in CYF before you was even born. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. It has nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck. He gonna tell me like, oh well, you can ask about another person's case even if you're not on it. No, you can't. And how do I know? Because when me and my siblings went into CYF, only time we actually knew what happened with each other is when we seen each other in the court hearings, if we ever did. Which we never did because we were not on each other's cases. So the only people that can know about the casework you're on is the caseworker that's working with you. You can't know about your siblings because they're on a whole different court order, so you can't know shit about that. He gonna tell me, oh yeah, you can. I'm like, no, you can't. Because then if that caseworker get caught telling other people's business, they ass get fired. Or should I say, they ask a little thing Mr. McMahon would call, you're fired. Because that's fucking illegal. Because you're tampering with someone else's privacy and that shit can get you fired. Then he tried to tell me, well, I know people that work for CYF and they tell me stuff all the time. Why did you tell me? Because I can get your ass in trouble and them. But I ain't a snitch, so, whatever. They go like, well, they be telling me stuff. Like, well, they ain't supposed to be telling you stuff. He's like, how you gonna tell me, man? How you gonna tell me? Because that's illegal again. You're not on... Technically, you don't even work for the damn government. So if they ever get caught telling you, they can go to jail for that shit. But anyway, he says that if I'm not on the same case as my siblings, I can know about that. No, you can't. Because once by law you're separated from that sibling, you have no legal ties to them anymore, which means what happens to them ain't your business, what happens to you ain't their business. System done separated y'all. Other thing I was gonna say is, for all y'all foster parents who want to keep adopting kids for money, not because you actually give a shit, just know one thing. That's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. Hard. And how do I know? Because I have friends who happen to be in that shit. And let me tell you something right now. As long as CYF has been around, it's not doing any better. And I feel like eventually CYF won't even be the fuck around no more after a certain point. Just because the system's seeing that this shit ain't working. And the sad thing is, a lot of them parents that used to get big money for them kids ain't getting big money unless the child has a mental disability. And a lot of parents are just throwing their kids to CYF because they don't want to deal with them. Like they throw them to school and church and boot camp and shit because they don't want to deal with them. Oh yeah, and just like this pandemic proved something to a lot of y'all parents that y'all asses wanted to ignore. Which is, y'all don't like y'all fucking kids. Like, none of y'all like y'all fucking kids. Let me, say this shit real quick because it needs to get said. Do you know during this whole pandemic how many parents was complaining, oh man, I can't deal with my kids. I can't deal with these little bastards. I can't deal with them. These kids get on my damn nerves. Oh, I wish they hurry up and open up the school so my kids can go back to school. I can't take this shit no more. You know you just proved to the system that you ain't shit as a parent. I'm just saying, you just proved to the system exactly what the system already knew. A lot of y'all ain't having these kids because you fucking want them. A lot of y'all just lustful and stupid as hell. Y'all popping out babies y'all technically didn't want shit to do with. And all this virus did was just prove y'all ain't shit. Because y'all complaining about, oh, I gotta wake up early, and I gotta cook my kids something for breakfast, then I gotta do their online schooling, and I gotta spend time with them. I can't take this no more. I can't deal with it. Okay, so question. The seed that you bore, you can't deal with it because why? Oh, I know, because you're so used to your child going to school for 8 hours of the day and then coming home when it's damn near nighttime or the afternoon. Then they're too fucking exhausted to do anything with your ass, so they just sit in the living room, watch TV till it's time to eat, then they go to sleep. Then it's the weekend, so they want to go outside and do other shit. My question to y'all as parents, where the fuck is your morals at? If a lot of y'all truly ain't want a damn baby, you could have just wore a condom or nutted in a sock or some shit. Or, you could have kept your goddamn legs closed. That's a big idea right there. Stop just fucking everyone that walk. I'm just saying that's just me. Cause again, there was a lady on Facebook complaining that she was running out of weed, even though that was kind of funny. I ain't gonna bullshit. But she's on Facebook complaining about how Donald Trump need to do something about the school closure shit because I can't take dealing with my badass kids no more. I need them little bastards at school. I can't deal with them. Okay, first of all, they're your damn kids. How can't you deal with them? And if your kids are bad, obviously you ain't shit as a parent. Because remember, your child is a reflection of who the fuck you either used to be or who the fuck you still are. So if your child is bad as hell, you might want to look in the mirror because you're talking about your damn self. And how is it that you can't deal with your child for 8 hours out of a fucking day? Like, seriously, it's your fucking child. How can't you deal with him? Your child did not ask to be on this earth. You fucking brought him here. Please don't forget that shit. Your child did not ask to be pushed out of a dark hole into a fucked up world. You did that shit. So, you need to step the fuck up and stop bitching about, oh man, I wish the school would back up. I can't deal with these badass kids. They're your fucking kids. If you can't deal with your own badass kids, you need therapy. Seriously, your ass need therapy. Because if your own kids are driving you that goddamn crazy, there's something wrong with you. Especially if you can't handle them for 8 hours out of a fucking day. And see, that was just God and karma's way of showing you, you ain't shit as a parent. Like, a lot of y'all be lying to y'all kids, telling them that y'all love them, but when y'all forced to show it for 8 hours, you can't do that. And people be like, oh, well, you ain't got kids. You don't know what the fuck I got. You truly don't. So, shh. But again, it's your damn child. How can you not deal with it? Unless you just had a baby you wasn't mentally, physically, and emotionally and spiritually prepared to have. But you was out here making bad life decisions. Now you got to deal with the shit. So, all this pandemic really did was showed everyone who they truly are and how they truly feel about the people around them. Because, see, here's the funny shit. The churches was closed, so you couldn't go to church to get away from your kids. You can't throw them in Sunday school. Gym was closed, so you can't go to the gym to run from your goddamn problem. School was closed, so you couldn't run to the goddamn school. You had to stay in the goddamn house all day. So instead of you running from the shit you don't like, you gotta deal with it. And y'all saying, "Oh, these goddamn kids are driving me crazy. Oh, these goddamn kids are driving me crazy." That's because you're systematically, what's the word, designed to not know how to deal with your own kids because they're not in your sight for 8 fucking hours. You're so used to, okay, send them to school, I'm going to work, or I'm being home 8 hours, not doing shit with my life. Man going to work, or woman going to work, someone staying home, nobody staying home, kids in school 8 hours, come back, now they tired, eat, feed them, they going to sleep. Wake them up, they going back to school, whole day go by, I'm home, they come back, feed them, go to sleep. Weekend comes, they leave. You systematically programmed to not like your own damn kids or be used to them. And now that you have to be used to them, you don't know what the fuck to do. That's a damn shame. You had kids that you can't even fucking deal with. What kind of shit is that? Like, there's parents out here who actually did enjoy their time with their kids because that's because they actually wanted them. But to you parents who did not, all this pandemic proves is you ain't shit as a parent. That's all it proves.